Stand-up adventures, even. Alright, so now what we want to do... We want to go to the chapel. Because I believe now... we can watch the wedding. Ah. Nice timing. Isn't it, though? Now, please exchange your rings and seal your oath with a kiss. Ellie. Armand. In the name of the goddess of creation, Adios, here and now, I declare you man and wife. Oh, somebody must have dropped a lunch tray. Oh, it's so lovely. Yeah, gets you right in the heart, huh? Yeah, it really does. Mustard gif, even. Must be something that brought us here. Let us offer our own blessings, too. Wedding style. And now we throw the bride's bouquet. All unmarried women, please step forward. Ah, the moment of truth. Ellie, throw it over here! Ah, as I understand it, the lady who catches the bouquet is likely to be married next. An interesting tradition. Huh. Easy to see why some of the ladies in attendance are so worked up. It is the most exciting part of a wedding in some ways. Seriously, everyone's getting into it. Ooh. Tita, you're going for it too? Okay. Humidity 55%. Wind is east-southeast at 3.5 arg a second. Apparently she has a part-time job as a weather forecaster. Yeah, this should be the most likely spot. I didn't think she'd be that serious. It's pretty hard to throw something behind you like this. Well, everyone, don't be upset if it misses you. 1, 2, 3! Ah, not that way. Where are you throwing it? Oh, I wanted it. Well, that flew off in a totally different direction. I wonder who even caught that. One time when a liberal map had white stuff on it. Hey, what's this? Kitty caught it. It just fell from the sky. Reach for the sky, boy. Oh, so you picked it up. That's the wedding bouquet I threw. What?
Say what?
Congratulations, miss. I'm sure you have a wonderful future ahead of you. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not ready. What do I do? What am I gonna do? You know, I kind of think that ended up right where it belonged. Put it where it doesn't belong. The bouquet does look pretty good with her. Well then, with that, the wedding ceremony is now formally concluded. May Adios' grace shine on you forevermore. Thank you, Sister May. You too, Father Divine. Thank you so much. Though our kingdom is beset on all sides by storms and turmoil, I pray to she who dwells above that the new tree of our family weathers it all and grows strong and happy. If you wish to thank me and all assembled for this day, tend that tree and one another as I know you can. Cool. We will, I swear. No swearing in church. I think another lunch tray was dropped. Good times. It was such a wonderful ceremony that I just want to bask in the moment for a bit. So my husband and I decided to remain here for a bit. It might be the first time my husband and I have come to the chapel since our wedding ceremony. Sometime soon, we might just have to come back here and go over our own oaths again. Ah, weddings are so touching. No touching! Remember our own time made me a bit wet in the eyes. We're not even family, either. It's a bit embarrassing. Uh-oh. Phew, the ceremony went off without a hitch. Did you all attend as well? Yeah. Yes. A little at the very end. It is worthwhile to contemplate such turning points in life. After all, it's not such a long way away for you. So you say. Ah, now that the ceremony is over, I can finally relax. To have a wedding at a time like this, though. It's just like Roland. Nothing seems to faze this city or its people. Indeed. Oh, I think what's-his-name is in the hotel. There he is. Ah, Estelle, Joshua, and Zen. But not Tita, apparently. Thanks for what you did at the mine. Think nothing of it. You fought well. You made a decision in a difficult position and completed your objective really well. Even the best bracers would have made the same decision. Yeah, definitely. And you were alone after all, Ridge, and you kept getting interrupted by Nancy. It's a far greater feat than anything we did. Thanks. But I've still got a long way to go. I think you should refrain from spineless words like those. You have the abilities. You should live with your head high. It's because you're here that Shirazard can be away without worrying, after all. Yes. I'll do my best and catch up to you as soon as I can, and Mustard. Yeah, now you're talking. Good times. Lita style. Wait, not here. What do I do in here? I don't know. I've lost my damn mind. So what you want to do now is go to the bar. And I think someone gives you a book here. The book we're missing. Ellie and Armand, they look really happy. I envy them. Maybe I should start seriously looking for someone. Ellie was positively glowing today. I wonder if you can really change so much just by donning a dress. Armand was so cool at the wedding. It's the first time my brothers really seemed like a grown man. Yeah, this place is as good as people say. The food is great. Thanks to that, my dress is feeling a bit tight already. Uh-oh. The bride's dress was beautifully tailored. I wish her father could have seen it. No, now that it's over, it was a wonderful wedding ceremony. Let us celebrate the future of our newly wedded couple with a drink. Phew! Looks like the party is in full swing now. Alright, just a bit more. This is where I gotta hold on. Hold on style. Hold on! The liquor's great today. I'm feeling really good, so here, I'll give you this book my husband bought. Gambler Jack Volume 11, that's the one we've been missing. The liquor's great today. It tastes even better since it's free. Free style. 11. Chapter 11, The Decisive Moment. Jack, Hallie chided. You're so busy talking, you're forgetting to play the game. Enough. I'll settle things here now. Hallie's words reignited the crowd. The silent hall burst into excited chatter as she pushed forward every last chip in her pile. Perhaps she was just that confident, but Hallie already had a significant lead on Jack. He couldn't possibly accept the bet. Could he? To match my bet, since you seem a little short, how about you wager your life? Hallie reached under the table and unholstered her orbital gun. She set it and a bullet on the table by her chips. If I win, say goodbye to life here and now. Jack leaned back in his chair and whistled. Now how can I accept such a stupid bet? But Jack's words betrayed the expectations of the audience. Expectations he didn't mean to follow. Alright. That bet. I'll call it. One way or another, when I lose, I'm dead. Again, the audience exploded in excitement like Bobby Knight. Enrique looked overjoyed. One sat quietly without comment. Neither side changed out a single card. Both hid their cards. So what happened to the man, Hallie asked, seemingly smug with victory. Or possibly she was just asking to hear Jack's final words. The man never won against the one that he admired. Silence followed in the wake of his words. In that one moment, Hallie's unfailing mask shattered to pieces. Her true expression shone at last. Was full of a rage that even Enrique had never seen. What are you saying? You won, didn't you? Here, in this very hall. Tears flooded Hallie's eyes. And in doing so, you made a fool of my papa. Jack leaned forward, his eyes locked on hers. No. Your father never lost, not to me. He never felt even a second of misery or frustration. Your father, King, to protect what mattered to him, he chose to lose the match himself. King's pride has never been touched. Enrique panicked when he heard this. He sent his thugs forward to silence Jack. But with a snap of his fingers, one sent his own men to stop Enrique from interfering and asked Jack to explain his words. The crowd was in an uproar. At a sign from Chief Minister Shamrock, the dealer flipped both players' cards. Jack had 4 kings. Hallie, 4 jacks. It was a total upset victory for Jack. The crowd's calls died down until silence was once again absolute in the hall. See, Jack muttered. Jack can't beat King. Get it? Volume 12, The Truth. The charged battle had closed with Jack's dramatic upset of a victory. Putting aside Jack's words for the moment, one took a moment to appreciate the relief he felt from Jack's win. Conversely, Enrique sat stunned, head in his hands, after once again being interrupted by Nancy. Hallie stared blankly at the cards. Her eyes were wide, disbelieving. No way. How did you... 4 kings? That should be my hand. Hearing this, Enrique began to object violently. Jack had cheated, he insisted. The match was a wash. No, that Jack had lost for breaking the rules. Give it up, Don Enrique, one said. If you think so, then how about you show us, huh? Show us exactly what it is Jack did. Here's all that kid did. One stood resolutely, arms crossed. Cheating's fine as long as you're not caught, he recited. It was a core rule of the match, and Enrique knew it. There was nothing he could say back that could lay bare the trick. He started to pick over every single thing that Jack had done. Impossible! Jack denied it all with a single word. This is a technique that King used 7 years ago now. I didn't know it at the time, so there's no way Mr. Enrique could. Jack's gaze moved to Hallie. To make me win and to keep you safe, Hallie, King used this very trick. Truly a trick worthy of a king. Head bowed, he continued. I never understood if he had a great trick like this up his sleeve. Then what on earth would make King do something dumb like throw away a match? I hated King for that, you know. Hell, I spent these 7 years consoling myself by drowning in booze. Jack looked up, eyes bright, but yesterday I finally understood. That invitation of yours, Hallie. The moment I saw Mr. Enrique's name on it, everything connected in my head. It was that day 7 years ago. Right around there, Hallie, here, King's daughter. She was in bed struck with an unknown disease. Jack's words had Hallie like a fish on a hook. So what if I was? This isn't any kind of answer at all. Jack continued on, ignoring her. And around 7 years ago, around then, I'd heard a certain rumor about Mr. Enrique. Don't be influenced by rumors! Word was, he'd gotten his hands on some kind of special poison. It was something like that, anyway. Perhaps some other people had heard this rumor too, for a wave of whispers ran through the crowd. Enrique just stared at the ground, biting his lip. Hallie suffered from an unknown disease. The rumors around Mr. Enrique at the time, and lastly King on the way he chose to lose to me on purpose. The only thing that links these three together is one simple truth. One leapt to his feet, fury writ all over his features. He began screaming at Enrique. You! 7 years ago, you poisoned this girl with vegetable oil, and then you threatened King with it. Chapter 13, The Sense. You put your poison into this girl and then threatened King, didn't you? Every word from one's mouth made Hallie stiffen like she had been punched. Like when the loser punched the winner. Shocked voices rippled through the audience. Before one's demands, Enrique desperately tried to put a defense together. He also tried to conceal his shaking, but the certainty of his guilt was too obvious. Under the suspicious eyes of his fellow criminals, the way he tried to make excuses was somehow ironic. Everyone began to believe what Jack was saying. Of course, there was no proof anywhere that Enrique had poisoned Hallie 7 years ago. but Enrique's claims didn't make any sense to them. Conversely, Jax made far too much. In the underworld, betrayal was a constant companion, especially when you're playing Chase HQ. Perhaps that's precisely why, though. In this world, sense, rational, and logicality in events was so important. As long as you played by that rule, proof didn't mean a thing. It was clear that Enrique would be punished somehow. As this fact finally dawned on him, he ceased his protestations. Hallie merely stood, utterly still. She was rocked by so much emotion of so many kinds that it rooted her to the floor. "My father never lost," she whispered. The truth was a comforting balm to her heart, but at the same time, filled her with a deep sense of loss. Her father had chosen death himself. The very thought of it was far too big, and far too sad. The flames of revenge that had fueled her actions suddenly and utterly went out, and as her once burning drive died, soon all that remained was thin smoke and cold white ash where her anger had been. That means that for me, Papa, the feelings that began to well up turned to words. And as they parted, something snapped. Falling to the floor, Hallie curled up in a ball and began to cry like a child. Glancing at Hallie from the corner of his eye, one put a hand on Jack's shoulder and patted him in a congratulatory way. "Tonight's been better than I could have possibly imagined. I'll do anything you ask if it's in my power," he whispered to Jack. "Then give me Hallie," Jack said without a moment's hesitation. One was hard-pressed to answer. No matter how pitiable he found Hallie, she was still a pawn of Enrique's. Even if there were to be punishments meted out for the events of 7 years ago, her freedom was very much in question. Give Jack what he wants. Will it really be such a problem? The voice from behind both of them froze every single person in the hall. All eyes turned to a single point. The one who drew their gaze was the bearded consultant to the underworld, Chief Minister Shamrock. "Giving you the girl isn't a problem, right, Enrique?" Enrique nodded weakly, still upset over all the mustard stains on his suit. At last the ship was filled with cheers and celebration. That concludes Volume 13. Alright, I believe there's one more book. Ba-ba-bum-bum. But in order to get the final book, we gotta go back to Bose. Which is fine, because there's also some new stuff you can buy there. At this point in time. My sister's dress was so pretty. I want to be a bride soon, too. I'm relieved the ceremony went okay. Sure, her father was watching from heaven. I'm glad Nancy didn't interrupt the ceremony. Why, hello there. Thank you for today. I promise we'll be happy. Hey, Bracers. Thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you could attend the ceremony. There's been a lot of bad happenings lately, but enjoy yourselves while you can. It's a rare chance to celebrate, after all. I think you can also buy something new here. Estelle, Joshua, welcome. Sorry it's so crowded. We have a wedding party in today. Thanks to that, our kitchen's an absolute battlefield right now. Not only are we crazy busy, but we can't use orphans. Yeah, now you can buy Heavenly Tempura. Takes 2 milled flour, 2 iron-bone fish, 2 kibbled salt, 2 olive oil, 2 red pepper, 2 curative horn, 2 gummy eyeball, and 2 beast flesh. An Eastern fried food with a delectable crunch. Divine! Heal 7,200 HP, move up by 1, and speed up by 10%. So, not a bad thing to have. But I also think we can buy a new recipe at Bose as well. So, that's fun. Seems the party is proceeding very nicely. Pleasant conversation and well-wishing, and delicious food to commemorate the moment. This is perfect. This is a happy moment for me as a cook. I'm sure it is. Alrighty then. I also think we can talk to, get some new dialogue from What's-Her-Face. There she is. My, that sure was a surprise. I didn't think I'd catch the wedding bouquet. I wonder if it'll actually work its magic on me. The world may never... The world is a vampire! Now we want to go to Bose. To get the final book, I do believe. And you can buy some new stuff, including a new recipe. So it's definitely worth doing. Applejack style. Well, out of the way, sir. You're being a jerk. Because essentially there's a department store sale, basically. That's where you can buy some new... a new recipe and buy the last book. Which would get you an achievement if you also got 4 of a kind in poker and 21 in blackjack. Since it's like the gambler achievement. Not quite a casino cheat, but it'll have to do for now. Ba ba bum 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 bum. You impertinent little... Bow style, even. And now you can get Rustic Boner. Along with any other ingredients you want to get. Rustic Bone. Takes 4 marbled steak, 4 kibbled salt, 4 black pepper, 4 red pepper, 2 beast flesh, and 2 juicy boners. The ultimate bone-in meat. A battle just to eat. Missile tank against the frogs, even. Heals 12,000 HP and defensive by 20%. Not a bad thing. But you can also buy Strega Max. 50th anniversary commemoration Strega brand sneakers. Get one of those, because why the beep not, you little pervert? Definitely not as good as Strega B1, but... It's kind of up to you if you want to put those on or not. But yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And now you can get Mystery Paste Plus. We already had Mystery Paste, but now you can make Mystery Paste Plus. Plus style. Takes 2 Firefly Fungus, 2 Bear Claws, 2 Vintage Wine, 2 Fresh Herb, 2 Gummy Eyeballs, 2 Clear Gelatins, 2 Prickly Seeds, and 2 Curative Horns. Mysterious Paste. That's right, Paste. Enjoy. Heals 6,000 HP and cures all status ailments. It looks like matcha tea or something. I don't even know, but whatever, dude. And you can pretty much buy all of the newspapers here. Fun fact. The market really does brighten up with a sale like this going on. Really feels like the life is back into it for the first time in a while. And with our lady mayor here to check up on things, everyone's pushing themselves even harder. I think you talked to her to get the last book. Market-wide sale, nothing to do with me. After all, my store's running sales every day. Well, as a supporting shop, I do intend to at least offer some stuff at a loss. Hey, you! Read this book and cheer up. Gambler Jack, Volume 14. Wow, thanks. That should be the last one. I do believe we didn't miss any. Final chapter. To each their own wish. Jack and Hallie returned to the harbor at dawn. As it had been an illusion all along, the enormous ship disappeared into the morning fog. What will you do with me then? Hallie asked. Nothing. You're free, Jack said. I doubt anyone will ever try to use your life in any deals ever again. Do whatever you wish. Hallie was quiet a moment, then said, Hey, Jack, why did you do this all for me? There was a glint of white teeth as Jack smiled slightly. King put his life on the line to keep you safe. At the same time, King also saved my life as well. My life was given to me by King. Don't you think it's only natural I'd use a life like that to make King's wish come true? Papa's wish? Papa's got a brand new bag, even. Jack's smile disappeared. I'm sure King regretted it 7 years ago. Regretted that he'd never set foot into such a world of darkness, and that he'd ever put you, his daughter, in such danger. You at least should never have gotten wrapped up in this world. I'm sure that was King's wish. Hallie didn't know what to say. Jack continued. If you get it, then don't ever come back to this world. And with that, Jack strode away and left Hallie standing there by the sea. The Calvard Republic. There's a city in this country, a place where migrants from the east dreaming of their homeland have recreated their old towns, right down to the bright lacquered tiles. On the north outskirts of that town was a little rundown bar. Over a week had passed since that fateful game. Jack could still be found there, in that same old dingy bar. As always, he was at his liquor starting from noon. He had settled things with his past, but he hadn't changed from how he was before at all. No, he was changed. He drank less. And when he drank, he didn't throw it back like a man dying of thirst, but sipped slowly, enjoying it. And that day, once more, the door to the place opened with a sound like a shriek. A new customer stepped into the same old bar, and that new customer was Hallie. Jack choked on his whiskey. Hallie? What are you doing in here? This ain't the kind of place you should be in. Ignoring his sputtering, she pulled up a stool and smiled brilliantly at him. Hey, Jack, she said. Let's play a game. A real shocker of a match. But this time, all bets are off. The end. Good times. Alright. Gotta appreciate that. Is there anything else new we can get here? all-purpose knife is new. A knife with a variety of uses. Small, but practical. It's actually a really good weapon, so you should probably get it if you don't want to be a pool expert your whole life. It's better than what we've got by 20. And it brings dexterity up by 10, so that's very nice. And I think that's it. I think that's it. You can also buy celestial bombs if you want, but only if you want. So we're done. Now we just want to head to Grancel Castle to bring this chapter to a close. Well, I think you have to do a couple things there, but that's more or less how it works. Ace HQ even. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, also the worldly stew. Takes 5 acerbic tomatoes, 5 marbled steak, 5 red pepper, 2 beast flesh, 2 tender poultry, 2 fish fillet, 2 leathery tail, and 2 juicy boners. Bitter, spicy beast stew that galvanizes the whole body. Heals 9,000 HP and 60 CP. Alright. Do, do, do. Alright. So now so that's all of the side quest. Do, 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 do. So if you look at your BP, see we have 371. You should have around 371, 372. Sometimes it differs, depending on certain shenanigans and all that. Because once you advance the plot, it's the point of no return. Because you basically want to go to you basically want to go to Grancel Castle, stand-up adventure style. So we'll just go through, you know, Garoon Gate. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Ba, 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 ba. We're not loving it. We're really not. And neither is Horatio. He's especially not loving it. Ba, 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 ba. It'd be a bad idea to stop in at the Bright House to rest. And Tita's HP is getting pretty low, so that would not be the worst idea ever. Dun, dun. Not where I meant to. Can we sleep in his bed? No, we can't. Ew. Well, It's a fine how do you do? Do 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 do. Been streaming for almost 6 hours, by God. That's disgusting. Sickening, even. And a little racist. But just a little. Damage, even. How you doing? We're just passing by, no big deal. Nothing you need to be too concerned with, sir. Bum bum bum. A grand sale. Uh-oh. I just hiccuped. Hey, isn't that... That's the sound of an airship engine. The little engine that could. Wait a second. If it's an airship that can fly now, how does that work? There. Uh-oh. And it must be... Yep. The Society. Society airships? Why are they here? Damn, they're heading straight for the capital. We have to chase them. Let's attack aggressively. Oh, we really gotta get there. Like a couple of pool experts.